Hey NorCal Carters, this video is what is a KZ shifter cart. So if you haven't done it yet, hit like and subscribe, and it helps me out with the videos, gets more content in front of new racers. So hit like and subscribe, and remember, norcalcarters.com, go check it out. And this video, what is a KZ shifter cart? So basically KZ, that is the designation by CIK FIA that says if it's a KZ, it is a 125, 125cc, water-cooled, reed-induced, two-stroke shifter engine. Select the gears with the knob here. Shifter engine. So, what is a KZ cart? A KZ cart, again, 125 cc's, water-cooled, two-stroke, with a 6-speed gearbox. So on this particular video, we have a TM Racing engine, and we have a Burrell Art chassis. So Burrell Art is the chassis manufacturer. The TM Racing, that is the manufacturer of the KZ engine here. So there's going to be different variations depending on the brands, the engines, engine builders or tuners. The air boxes are going to change a little bit. This particular cart that I have in front of you is a different model than a true KZ, so the carburetor is actually a little bit different. But the premise of the video is the same. It's a basic video for if someone doesn't know what a KZ cart is. This quick video is going to explain that. So KZ, it used to be called ICC or Super ICC, and previous to that it was called Formula C. But again, the premise is all the same: 125cc two-stroke engines with gearboxes. So, and as you can see here, the 125cc shifter carts have front brakes. So most of the other classes only have a single rear axle brake, but the 125 shifter class has a front brake setup. So you have your front brakes here. Different manufacturers are going to achieve bias from front to rear differently. So on the Burrell, this is the bias bar on the Burrell. So by turning the knob one way or the other, it basically adjusts the bias so you can get more front brake or more rear brake. So again, very basic video. We're not going to go into all the theory and everything else there on this video because this is basically what is a KZ shifter cart. And again, KZ is just the designation by the CIK FIA saying it is a 125cc shifter cart classification. And it replaced ICC, and previous to that it replaced Formula C. So here you go, radiator, water-cooled. The engine is water-cooled. The water pump assembly, here's the water pump assembly right here. So the water pump assembly is driven off the rear axle. So the rear axle needs to be spinning in order for the water pump to rotate and circulate water through the radiator and the engine. So, and then here's the rear disc, live axle. So all the racing carts that we deal with have a live axle, meaning it's a, I don't want to say solid because if you look through here, it's not a solid axle. It's a hollow axle, but it's a live axle, meaning there is no differential. There's no two-piece axles. There's no weird cog setup, so one wheel spins differently than the other. Both the right and left wheels will spin at the same rate. So live axle all the way through the back. And that's pretty basic on all of the racing carts. They all have live axles. So we have the expansion chamber here. Again, TM Racing is the manufacturer of this particular KZ engine. That here's a fuel pump. You have the plumbing, you have the carburetor, you have your air box, you have your go fast lever. So this is the shift lever. If you want to go faster, you pull back. You want to go slower, you push down. So that's your gear selector lever here on the right-hand side of the cart. Throttle pedal on carts are on the right-hand side. Brake pedal is on the left-hand side. And again, front brakes On the 125 shifters, we have the body work. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or one of the other outtakes. Fuel, typically minimum standards here in the United States is 98 octane. And on the 2 strokes, you are going to mix your oil into the gas. Gas is going to go into the gas tank. So it goes through the fuel lines, pump into the carb. But you must put oil in the fuel. Otherwise, the piston will stop going up and down, and it will stop spinning the rear wheels. So oil gets mixed into the gas. You got your steering, you got your different torsion bars for adjustments, camber caster settings on the front end, clutch lever. So this is for leaving the pits. That's going to be on the left-hand side. Let's see if we can get that there. There we go. So this is for leaving the pits and starts. In the shifter category, what makes this class, one of the things that makes it fun is, one, it's typically the class with the most horsepower. 2, they do standing Formula 1 style starts. And I can't tell you how exhilarating it is to be on a grid with 30 other shifter karts. All the engines are revving up and everyone's kind of playing the mind game of guessing when the flag or the lights are going to go out. And at the end of the day, it really just comes to who has the fastest reaction time and the smoothest clutch control. So you're not stalling the engine out or you're not spinning the tires. So standing starts in the shifters, it's just exhilarating. I can't overstate that enough. Now in this video, we are missing the rear silencer or muffler off the expansion chamber because of the type of stand this kart happens to be sitting on. So normally there would be a muffler back here, but with this particular one-man stand, it interferes, and we don't want to damage that. So I hope that answers your basic question of what is a KZ shifter kart. If you have any more questions, post in the comments below. My goal with NorCal Karters is to have pretty much every major category that we deal with a video on what is a KZ, what is this, what is that. So if you have questions or have suggestions on some videos, leave in the comment below. And again, if you haven't done it yet, hit like and subscribe. If you like what we're doing, hit that share button. We also accept donations. The more donations I can bring in, the faster and more I can put these videos online, because then I can prioritize the sponsored videos over my day job over at extrakartparts.com. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one.